Hello, hello, and welcome to day one of the self-care challenge. Today, the challenge is to go out for coffee or lunch or dinner or breakfast with a friend, or I'm adding this in with a family member. So, why is this important for self-care? What tends to happen, even if we feel as though we're super connected via Facebook, Instagram, online with chatting and messages, is that one could still feel very, very lonely. I have this feeling of being alone. And also, one can also take for granted the people that are closest to them physically, right? So take note of whether or not you have been letting go a bit of communicating with the people that are closest to you, that you hold dear in your heart, and if they're physically present, how often do you actually see them and are fully present with them, right? So I noticed that there's two tendencies when it comes to socializing or being social or going out to meet people. One tendency is to not do it. So if you are healing, if you are hurting, if you're in pain, you're either contracting within and isolating yourself. And again, this is not a bad thing per se. It will serve you to a certain extent, right? And the question is what you do at that time alone. And the other extreme is you are going out, potentially getting drunk. You are using people and social activities as an escape of what is actually going on within. So there are two very important elements in terms of your emotional and mental health that can manifest as these two behaviors, right? Two extremes. So the idea is to connect first within and know when it's time to say yes to that social activity. And what type of social activity are you wanting to engage in, right? So the invitation here is to deepen a connection to self and also to a family member or friend that you hold truly dearly in your heart and that you want to give your undivided attention to. And when you are with them, when you do take the time to be with them, you're practicing active listening with your heart. You're not judging them, right? You're not comparing them to anybody. You're just holding space. You're just being present for them. You're also not on your phone. How many times have I seen this and experienced this? Because that sends a signal that, hey, you're not that important. Somebody else is more important on my phone, right? So you just want to be mindful of the tendencies that we have because we're just so used to being on our devices. We're just so used to being so busy, and we forget that we have a human being in front of us. We have this person that we so quote unquote love or are important to us. But why not give our undivided attention, right? So recap, you're healing. You feel a need to reconnect, right? To connect genuinely with people. And you choose somebody, whether it's a family member or a friend. And you set the intention for yourself for this sacred space, the sacred time you're going to share together, to be so present, to listen to this person, to make sure that they're feeling heard, that they're feeling seen. You enjoy yourself with them. You're being so present, right? You make that time, carve it out. And then you see what happens. You see, notice how it feels within when you are in this beautiful space with the person and just sharing your time. There is no to-do list. There is just this undivided time. You can even set the time because we know we have things to do, and that's fine. We honor that, but we set the time. Is it going to be 30 minutes? Is it going to be an hour? Is it going to be 2 hours? Right? You set the time, but you don't want to make that person feel as though it's being rushed. Neither do you want to rush this time, because oftentimes, as I mentioned, we take advantage of the fact that people are physically close by or a little chat away, right? But it's like those handwritten letters that are basically never done anymore. You want to come back to maintaining that human contact. You know, what does it feel like to look at somebody in the eyes, to actually give a long hug to somebody, to, feeling heard and seen on a deeper level. So try it out, and if you feel called to it, let me know how it went. See you tomorrow for day number 2.